Hey guys, it's Otti again. I'm sitting here at the Rage Against Racism Festival in Duisburg, my hometown. Besides me are two members of the band Sorcerer. Hi, first of all.
Hi there.
Hey.
Hey.
Cheers. Sorcerer, you've just played. You are the second headliner or co-headliner, you can say, today. But for the people outside that maybe don't know who you are, can you tell me your names and your part in the band?
Yeah, of course. My name is Anders Engberg. I'm the only founding member left. I do the vocals, and yeah, that's about it. I don't do much else. I don't even carry stuff almost. Yeah, I do.
He does. He's a great carrier of stuff. My name is Kristian. I play guitar, and we're two guitar players in the band. I'm one of them, and the other one is Peter. Then we have Stefan on drums and Justin on bass. Yeah, that's our band.
And how would you describe your music and your attitude to someone who you meet at a bar, like me now, drinking some beer and never heard of you maybe?
I think it started, when we reunited the band in 2010. We wanted to do something that related to the old stuff that we released in the 80s and 90s, because back then the original bass player was with us, but he's quit the band and now Justin is there, and so we progressed from the first album till where we are now. So I think we were more true to the doom scene on the first reunited album, In the Shadow of the Cross. But now, on the latest Reign of the Reaper, I think we have stepped over a little bit more to heavy metal. So we try to mix, heavy songs with, a little bit more up-tempo songs. I don't know if
yeah, I agree. It's we have the foundation, like the epic doom sound. I always say, Black Sabbath with Tony Martin or Dio. Yeah. That's the foundation. We have some Candlemass, of course. We love Candlemass, and we have
Rainbow and
all that
such
stuff.
Influences from the 70s, 80s.
Yeah. And then we, like I said, we brought in some heavy metal, but maybe Priest, Maiden, maybe some Metallica, whatever, just to mix it up a little.
Yeah. And to be honest, this is why I like your music, because when it's really doom, totally slow, it's really difficult for me.
Yeah.
Well, it's not my style. But you have this sometimes up tempo, some heavy groovy stuff in this.
Groovy stuff,
this makes the music cool to me as well.
Nice.
But as you mentioned, the band has a long history. If you take everything, so it was 80s.
89 was the first anno of 1505, I think it is called, or 1503. That was the beginning, and I was pulled into that project by Johnny Hagel, who wrote most of the music together with Peter Fureli, the original guitar player. And I was singing in another garage band at that point. It was really early for me. I don't know if I was at 18, 20 or something. Been doing some vocals for a while, and then we did that first demo, and that turned out to be a second demo with another drummer and another guitar player, Mats Lidholm and Ricky Evansson, that we also reunited with on the last album. He played with us also. But I mean the history is long, but we had a long break from '92 to 2015, so.
2010 actually, when we reunited.
Yeah.
The album came out.
The album recorded stuff was quite long time.
Yeah, but then you can maybe tell me what was the initial reason to reunite? How did this?
We did. You can tell us.
Yeah, we I think Johnny got a question from Oliver at Hammer of Doom, just out of the blue, like, "Hey, would you want to reunite Sorcerer and do a show, one show?"
Yeah.
And I think Johnny called Anders, and Anders said no. No, hell no. And then I think he called back 5 minutes later. Maybe we'll do it, but we need to build a new band. Maybe I think.
Yeah.
Because they had fallen out. They were not in touch with the other players.
And we progressed. I was much older at that point, and I had a little bit picky with the musicians I want to play with. So I know Kristian from Therian time. Play together, so I definitely wanted him to join. And then we had Ola Englund, Solar, the guitar,
famous YouTuber replacing the Haunted now. Ola Englund.
And another guy on drums. So we only planned to play one show. It was in October, so we said, let's drink some Oktoberfest beer and have fun. We rehearsed a couple of times, but we were blown away. There were people from all over, Greece, Italy, all over the Europe, and everyone was crazy, you know. So
They sang along, you know, knew the lyrics better than we did.
yeah, of course, still do.
Yeah, that's great.
But yeah, so that was the start of it all, you know. We had another show in Athens in 2011 after that, and there was same hysteria there. So we decided, actually on the airport, I think, or something, we discussed it. Let's do an album, and then it took a couple of years before we actually did it. But yeah.
But maybe you mentioned Düren, so have you been members of Düren?
Yeah.
So, because this is one of my reasons how I got into the metal scene.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, we were in. I was in the band in the 1999, 2000, 2001, in that period.
Yeah, and I joined in '99, and I stayed until 2009. So I made four albums with them.
Great.
Yeah.
So small the world.
Yeah. And especially Sweden, the music scene in Sweden, everybody knows everybody. Especially in Stockholm.
Stockholm is like a.
Incestuous.
Yeah.
And everyone has played with everyone somewhere.
Yeah, it's more or less, you know, or knew about each other, you know.
Yeah.
I heard about that guy, you know.
Yeah.
And from 2010 to now, what have been the most important turning points? Maybe what happened?
What was the most important step? I don't know. I mean, Oliver, Hammer of Doom, we played that 3 times, I think now.
Yeah, 3 or 4.
3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
And he's been that has been really important for us, like a stepping stone.
Yeah.
I think we realized that we still had an audience, you know, and. Also, the chemistry of the band, I think, when Peter came in, we started writing more kind of interesting music, because there is a diversity in how they write music. Both guitar players are different in the way they write. So that's the dynamic of the band, I think, actually. So I don't know.
Yeah, but also, and also a big thing was, of course, signing with Metal Blade.
Yes.
That was a really validation of feeling like,
they believed in us from the start.
Yeah, we've had the same team behind us since the start. We love those guys, and they're like, they like us, we love them, you know.
Yeah. We're not like super attractive, perhaps, to sign up, you know, because we don't tour and we play like 10, 15 shows max in a year, you know. But we're old guys. We don't want to spend our time in a smelly bus, you know. And
we've done that when we were younger.
We've done that, you know, way back with other bands.
On the other side, this makes your show special. It's not like every autumn and spring you're around and people know, okay, they're coming back.
Germany for us has always been great.
Yeah, that's the home ground. You know.
Yeah.
It's always like that.
We're super popular here, and we're so grateful for that.
So we can come to the Rage Against Racism. So I think it was a great experience here.
Yeah.
How did you feel it?
I felt it good. The audience was great, you know, and I like the idea of I like the idea of, you know, the mixed audience, you know, with young people, old people, you know, and everyone is like into it, you know, from like I saw 7, 8-year-olds banging, you know, and old guys also, and women. So it's a mixed group, and I totally
and
love it.
Different types of bands and everything, and it's a free thing for a good cause, you know.
Yeah.
We love to be involved in that.
Yes,
definitely, of course. And for racism, fuck that shit.
Yes.
No place for that in the world.
Nobody can understand how. But the problem is, I know that even in the metal scene here in Germany, there are some racists and some people laughing, for example, about this festival and this is stupid, and some writing people. Is it like this in Sweden?
I'd rather see that those guys are stupid, you know.
Yeah, of course.
You can tell, you know, great quality of bands they're playing. You know, it's a great
organization and everything. And it's been around for 20 years. It's doing something really good, you know, and doing it right. So, I mean, if it's in Sweden, to be honest, I really haven't noticed. I'm sure there is, but I haven't noticed it. But I mean, I'm maybe not the one who gets targeted for racism, you know.
No. Of course, there's a structural racism in most, you know, Caucasian countries, you know, where we got refugees and stuff like that. It's built in the society, some, you know, in the back of people's minds somehow. Structural. Really. So we need to fight that.
Yeah. being afraid of the unknown.
Yes,
Oh,
exactly.
they don't look like us, and
They don't speak Swedish, they don't do that,
Exactly.
but give them a chance,
Yeah, exactly. Start talking with them, become friends, and then you realize they're fucking just like you. They just want the same things that you do.
Yeah.
That's it.
Brilliant. And I have many friends from all origins and stuff, and they are really, as you mentioned, you are all people.
Yeah.
You want to be like we are, and it's not about your skin, color of your skin.
No.
But the problem is, for example, I face this when I do promotion on the internet.
Yeah.
For example, for this festival or promotion for the videos when I've done them, then I face the people, laugh smileys, laughing and fuck this shit and stuff like this.
But
that's just
I mean,
stupid.
yeah, it's just look at it as it's like a validation for what you're doing. You know, if you weren't doing anything important, they wouldn't care. But since you are doing something important, they need to be there and annoy you. But that's just a quality.
And obviously,
sign.
I mean, it's been going on for 20 years. This RAR has been going on here, so I mean, it's got to be something good.
Yeah.
And mean something, you know.
Yeah, it means a lot to the people here.
Yeah.
I know it. It's one of the fixed points of the scene here around for the metal scene.
Yeah.
Great. Well, not only metal fans. People are coming from around. Just that's happening, and we can eat something, drink something, meet people. So I love it like this.
Yeah.
Good. But back to you as artist and your work. Your current album is, and I will read it because I totally am stupid at titles. Yeah, normally I do Mystic, it's Reign of the Reaper.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the newest album. So maybe can you tell me a little bit what has influenced you on this album? What have been the most inspiring moments while writing and recording it?
That's a difficult question. I mean, it's always about finding, you sit in your room and try to come up with a riff, and if you're lucky, you come up with something that sounds cool, and then you send it out to the guys, send it to Anders. What do you think? You can make some vocals on this, and I dig this part, maybe not that part, and you put it together. And like you said already, we try to get more of a little bit of an up-tempo vibe going with this one, like a little bit more heavy metal, because we don't want it. Because Lamenting of the Innocent, the last one before this one, was a bit really slow and heavy, and we felt the need to just bring it up a bit, especially when playing live. You want to have a variety of songs, and we felt we just had slow songs, like all slow songs. Pretty much.
Similar tempos,
yeah, and it gets boring.
So it was more like a strategic decision when we made this album, because for one, we didn't want to make an hour and 10 minutes of music, because on vinyl it's a double vinyl every time. All the records we've done are double vinyls, and we wanted to make a single vinyl, and that is challenging for a band that makes very long songs.
Yeah.
So that was also a thing that we were aware of when we started writing, that we wanted to do like an old traditional, like 48 minutes long, album, single.
With no fillers, nothing, just like killer songs.
Killer songs, and so none of the old songs are fillers either.
No.
Only the best songs comes on the recordings, but it was. So that's the big difference, I think. The way we wrote the music and the concept of the length of the album.
That's true. Yeah.
And regarding lyrics, do you write the lyrics, or do you?
In the past, I used to write all the lyrics together with Conny Wilén, who is a co-producer of the first albums. But from Lamenting and onwards, we engaged Justin Biggs, our Canadian guy. He's really great lyricist. So me and Conny started writing bullshit lyrics, with cool words and doesn't mean anything. And then Justin took those lyrics and transformed them into something that meant something, So But usually during my whole career, I've been writing lyrics. But in this context, with all the greatness of musicianship and lyricists, I think Justin is a better man on that than I am. So.
Yeah, that's a cool sentence, because most people would say, okay, it's all mine and stuff like that.
No, we share everything likewise.
Yeah, it's really a collaborative band.
Yeah.
There's no one who's left out of the process.
No.
Everyone's
we all contribute somehow, in the band, and the best songs comes on the record. We have a democracy in the band, so we vote every time when we have demo. We vote for the songs, and the songs with the most votes gets on the album.
But is there deeper meaning behind the songs, or is it just like telling some stories?
Yeah. It's different, you know. Lamenting of the Innocent was a conceptual album regarding, you know, the hammer of witches and witch burnings and stuff like that. So we hadn't done that before. But we tend to, you know, be stuck in the dragons and, you know, evil, death and devil and stuff like that. It might be a change on this new album that will be coming out. We'll see if we will change path there. But as long as our old stuff, it's all dragon and witches and stuff like that.
I love dragons and witches, and so like,
I mean, it's part of all the music I listen to. So yeah, I mean,
so totally.
We're not a band that gonna write a song "I Love You, Baby." You know, it's not gonna happen.
And we're not really about social commentary either. Not Rage Against the Machine. You know, that's not
we're not politics or anything. I mean, we stand behind, you know, being against racism. But I mean, that's a human standpoint. It's not a political standpoint for us.
That's what I always tell, because I'm politically more left-wing, but it's being against racism or being against transphobia and stuff like that. It should be normal. It should just be, we are one society and everyone has
it's up to each and every one.
And on this point you can say, okay, my political opinions are more this or more that, but but the base should be being one society.
Yeah, definitely.
Good. And so maybe at which point are you now for the new album?
We just started actually. We're throwing around ideas, so we're hoping to start demoing in the fall and maybe go into the studio by the end of the year. But it all depends on how the writing process evolves. You know.
Yeah, we have a new member in the band, our drummer Stefan. He wasn't involved in the last one, so that changes the dynamic a little bit. You know, he's going to be involved, and he's got a lot of ideas. He's really a musical dude.
So now we have another one, you know, that could give us inputs.
Yeah.
You know,
so we don't really know how it's going to turn out. It's a bit of an uncharted territory for us.
Yeah, we're going to produce it ourselves and arrange it ourselves because we had a co-producer, Conny, as I mentioned before, but he's not going to be involved this time. So we're going to try another. It's also a process, you know. You don't want to be stuck in and repeating yourself all the time. No. Even though we have the sound we have, and people will recognize it from album to album, we want to do something different, a little bit of a difference between every album.
I think this is the best way, not reinventing the wheel every time or making a new sound and new sound and new sound. People should know which band is it, but it should not be the same album as.
Yeah, I mean, I think Anders' voice is of course the factor which everybody recognizes, you know. But so that's always going to be a unifying thing. Yeah. So we can write different stuff, but it's cool. It leaves us a lot of freedom.
Yeah, and I hope latest when this album is ready, we can talk again.
Yeah, sure.
So for this moment, what's coming next? So you mentioned you don't do that.
No. We're having a break now, a summer break. People are going on vacation. We all have families and people to take care of, so we're gonna have a break. But we will play in Denmark in the end of August. I think
August 30th, I think. Yeah.
On the in Nighthade Festival. Seems to be a huge one. Several days, and then after that in September we do back-to-back kind of mini tour, two dates. First one is in Oslo. We warm up for Jahren, the vocalist, and then we go to Markthalle to play. I think we're headlining, right?
I think so. Hamburg, we play Metal Forces.
Metal Forces Festival in Hamburg.
No,
after that, nothing more, because we need to focus on the album.
Yeah.
At least some shows people can, as you mentioned, it's special. They have to choose to come to you, and
Absolutely.
And for the end, now let's come to the answer. But I have to ask. So you're a sorcerer. Which are your favorite sorcerers from books or films or stuff? Do you have some?
Wow, what a question! Never had that before.
No, that's a new.
But Gandalf is, pretty easy to choose.
Yeah.
But from the the Lord of the Rings, but other wizards, I don't know. Do you have any?
I don't have any wizards. I would also say Gandalf. You know.
I would say the sorcerer. You know.
Yeah, for me, I can say it's. Do you know Discworld from Terry Pratchett?
Oh no.
The Discworld from Terry Pratchett.
No.
It's like a fantasy series, but more fun, humor stuff.
Okay.
Some sorcerer, he's not really good, and he's Rincewind
Okay.
Look him up. He's
Okay.
great.
I guess Merlin also.
Well, Merlin for sure.
From the
Merlin
Nice
is
table.
the basic of a sorcerer,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
And if you would be real sorcerers, what would be your favorite spell?
I would cast a spell on the audience to follow us everywhere and be worshipping us. You know, that would be my fantasy. so we could, you know, maybe get to live on this. You know, it's yeah,
That's a good one.
yeah.
It's very good.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What's your spell?
I don't know. Mind reading. That would be fun.
I'm afraid. No, this could.